I finally finished Train to Busan. That was the first movie that I picked to do a reaction to for my channel. So I knew that this sequel was out, but I have not seen the trailer because I hadn't seen the first movie and I wanted to save it until I'd seen the first movie. So now that the first movie is under my belt, I am interested to check this out. From what I understand, it takes place about 4 years after the events of the first movie, and the first movie came out in 2016. I'm assuming maybe the events are taking place present day, so it should probably be happening 2020. It's appropriate for a zombie movie to be taking place in 2020. 2020 has felt like a horror movie so far. Anyway, I'm going to just go ahead and jump right into this. I don't know the synopsis beyond the fact that it takes place after. I don't know if it's even going to follow any of the same characters from the first movie or not. I kind of doubt it. I think this is probably going to be just another group of people, but let's see.
미쳤어? 거길 또 들어간다고?
You get the truck, come back with the money. That's $2.5 million per head. If you come back alive.
기경이
살고 싶으면 타요.
Reminds me of Terminator. Tell me if you want to live.
아저씨는 들깨생활 처음인가 보네.
시기자! 시기자다! 금박복지 무자!
야, 61번 빨리 안 나가!
야! 61번!
해가 지면 움직이자. 내가 또 나서야 되나?
죽여 그냥! 죽여!
잡아!
Oh my gosh. No. Okay, so this is a completely different feel to the first movie. So something that I was thinking of when I saw this is, so Train to Busan, that takes place as the events are happening. It has just happened. Now this is 4 years later. And we're into the sort of, type of scenario that we see in shows like The Walking Dead, where you've not only got the zombies to deal with, but you've got other humans to deal with, and they can be just as much of a threat and a danger as the actual zombies. See, that's part of the appeal of apocalyptic movies. Well, I wouldn't even necessarily say for myself it's an appeal, because apocalyptic movies are really not typically things that I gravitate toward, even though I do watch a lot of zombie things. And I've seen stuff like I Am Legend and The Book of Eli, and I like them okay, but apocalyptic movies kind of, the overall tone is just kind of depressing to me. So they are not, that's why I don't usually gravitate toward that first. That would not be my first choice. And so we've entered now the realm of apocalyptic scenario or apocalyptic setting, because it's been years since the outbreak. They're still dealing with the outbreak, and now humans have started to fight against humans and cause trouble for other humans instead of helping each other. We saw this in the first movie in Train to Busan, where that complete butthole was causing, he was like all for himself, and he was hurting other people because he wanted to protect himself. Just basically displaying one of the most ugly sides of human nature. And so this, of course, delves more into that because things have been established now. These gangs have probably been set up. I mean, this is very typical. This happens in a lot of apocalyptic films. So the formula is pretty much the same here. This looks like it's going to be much more action-packed, whereas Train to Busan felt more just suspenseful and horrifying type, just because of the situation. They're all in the train and they're having to navigate around these zombies and survive these, few hours that the movie takes place. And this, while there are elements of horror to it as well, because there's zombies and that's a horror type, genre. It's also quite a bit of action. Looks like they're going to be going on some sort of mission. So there's these other elements involved that give it a completely different feel to me. I will watch this. I just kind of doubt that I'm going to like it as much as I liked Train to Busan. But I don't know because I haven't seen it yet. I do know that there was also a prequel to this. It was an animated movie. And I'm curious to check out that. I did pull up the trailer, so I'll watch the trailer at some point. I don't know when. I doubt I'll watch it right after this because there's some other stuff I want to watch and record. So anyway, okay, well, this was fun, and adios.